It comes up. Oh, he's here. Okay, let me add him to the stream. Let me see. Add to the stream. Boom.
Can you hear me?
Hello. I can hear you.
Greetings. how
Greetings.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. This is literally my first time ever camming up. Ever.
Well, luckily, there's, like I said, clearly this is a easy crowd because there's not many people here.
Well, that was my motivation. It was not many people in the chat, so I said let me offer you some help. Not that I know much about, what you're doing, but I just wanted to come in and be one of your guests just for a moment.
Oh, well, thank you. You can always say that you were my first streamer, I guess.
Yes. And you're my first host.
Okay, there we go. See how that works. And I know you had said you were gonna be. Did you say you were gonna start doing this too, or doing something else, or doing a skit? So,
Yeah, eventually I wanted to try live streaming, but right now I know you've seen some of my videos, and I
oh
wanted
yeah,
to
yes,
thank you for watching. And
absolutely.
I just wanted to take my first attempt at a comedy skit, so I'm in the works of that right now.
That's cool. So, what got you answer? I'll do just a really, really quick interview with you. Not long. I know you're busy,
Yeah,
but this is good practice for both of us.
exactly.
So what got you into? I don't know. What made you want to start doing skits? Where does that come from? Is something you always thought about doing, or what?
Always, I fashion myself to be somewhat entertaining. Um,
Okay.
you know, if anybody in the chat wants to go to my page and see some of my work, um, but it's
Can you
all
post it? Can you post it in your? Well, let me see. Are you driving? Because I don't want to distract you.
well. I pulled
Because
over. I pulled over
I
for
was
you.
gonna say you can put it. Oh, okay. So put it in the private chat. Then I'll put it in the chat.
Let's see. I'm very
Put
new to this.
whatever the link is that you prefer for people to kind of check out most
Well,
of all.
I'd like people to go right to my page from here. I'm new to this, so I'm unfamiliar on how to do anything. Let me see. But
That's all right. There's something that should be a tab on there that says private chat.
I believe I'm in there now. I'm gonna just write my
Okay.
page name.
And then you put it in there. I'll type something so that you can see me,
Okay.
and then I will post it in the actual chat.
Okay. While we do that, um, the brother you're interviewing later on, what is his story? What's he about?
Okay. His name is Marcus Brown. He's from Kansas City, Missouri, and like I said, he's a friend of mine. I decided I wanted to interview people that I've known. I know some pretty great people, so and
Hmm.
they do really good things. And recently he had been doing a lot of work in Kansas City with helping to get a couple of sisters elected to the school board. And so, when you're in states that are historically, I don't know, where certain positions are historically held by white folks, and people are looking for a change, and in terms of how the school system is run, then you have to go in there and you have to vote different people in. So he and some other people were very instrumental in getting two sisters voted in to the school board in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm from Kansas City, by the way,
Oh,
my
okay.
hometown.
You know what?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you remember, we spoke many years ago,
hmm
and I think I do remember you saying that
I didn't get a link. I didn't get a link. I'm just letting you know. But go ahead. I see the Seven Steele story. So you're saying that they should just go on YouTube and put that in the search? Is that
yeah,
what you're
yeah, that's
suggesting?
yes.
Okay. All right. Keep talking. I'm listening. I'll find the link.
But yeah, I remember you just telling me years ago. I think you were an entrepreneur at that time, and you were
hmm
transferring from Kansas City to New York
Wow.
years
It's
ago.
been that long?
Yeah, it's been that long.
Oh my goodness.
Like I reached out to you. You, I think at the time you had just did an interview with some of the brothers who work out in the park, the bar stars, and
Oh, the beast mode.
yes. So it's
Yep.
now that's maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I've been doing this for a minute, y'all.
Yeah,
That's what he's trying to say.
yeah. You're very well vested into what you're doing. So I see the natural
Yeah.
progression in what you're doing now, and I'm happy for you.
Oh, thank you. I definitely I've taken a hiatus. I always think about what if I never took a break. There's a link. I put it in the chat. I always think, what if I never took a break and just kept going? My channel obviously would be a lot bigger by now. But hey, hindsight is 2020. I took time to develop some of my other passions, and I'm not mad about that. I did what I had to do, but it's funny because my background is in theater. So
Hmm.
I was talking to somebody the other day who saw me do a play when I was in college, and he said, Tiffany, you had me in tears when I was watching you perform. Like, what the heck? What is she doing?
Well, you're naturally
And
gifted.
so he's like, that was a gift. That was a gift. And what happened? And why didn't you pursue it? And it wasn't that I didn't want to pursue acting. It was just that when I came to New York, I really just didn't want to be a starving artist. And that's just, I didn't really see the opportunities that were going to just like put me on in a way that I wasn't going to have to do too much struggling. Now, I understand you have to work for what you want to achieve in life, but being that I was from the Midwest and moving to a place like this, you have to make decisions in terms of what's gonna be good for you, safety wise and all of that. It's a lot of I have loved New York for a long time, but this is a big city, so you get everything here.
Yeah, yeah,
The city slickers and all. And
that's
so
right.
if you don't know how to shift through that, or if you don't have a great strong support system, I was kind of here alone.
Hmm.
That makes it difficult. So I pursued it a little bit, and then I backed away from it. I worked, paid my bills, had a home, a roof over my head, the basic necessities of life.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then I was like, but I majored in communication, so I didn't major in theater arts. I kind of minored in it, but my major was always communications. So I always feel like that's all of it's just like a one encompassing gift, and I'm able to do that now. I've been doing that. I've never stopped, even when it comes to tea. Even when
Mm.
people hear me talk about tea, or it's always, wow, she does such a great job at explaining things and sharing information and talking to people. She's a great communicator. So I'm still using my talents and skills. I am just morphing them into different ways, I guess.
Exactly. I excuse me. I fashion myself as a Renaissance man.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of interest. Um, I've never. You told me the other day that you trained. I think you trained in theater or in acting at one point, and
Yeah.
hmm and I never trained, but I've had experience. Like I've done off Broadway shows.
Okay.
Um, yeah, uh, I never thought I would do that. You know,
Okay.
I was kind of an introvert growing up, so you had to break that shell, and
Okay.
that just progressed into me. I have a love of music, like most people, and
Mm-hmm.
I would make my own songs. And now that I have a little bit of green screen technology, I just started playing with the video thing, just expression, just self expression, and having
Yeah.
a good time.
Well, you know what? You said a few things that I want to ask you about. First thing is off Broadway. When you say off Broadway, do you mean in New York?
No, I
Okay.
did the play in Virginia and in Washington D.C.
What was the play?
This was a play. It was by a Muslim brother named Jihad, and
Okay.
he wrote a play. He's pretty well known, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll briefly tell you. Um, my role was a gang member, right?
Okay. Okay.
So imagine now you're in the audience. The opening scene is a funeral, and the
Mm-hmm.
funeral is for a rival gang member. So my gang shows up to the funeral, and you have on stage a choir, a preacher, even a casket, and it's like a real ceremony. So
Uh-huh.
during the ceremony, the lights black out, all the lights go out, and then one light
Mm-hmm.
shines on the casket. The casket opens, and out comes the devil, who's
Okay.
played by the director of the play, Jihad. And he comes out, but we don't see him, but he's antagonizing both groups, both gangs. Hey,
Okay.
those are the guys that killed this guy right here, and you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
let these guys get away with it. Next thing you know, we had guns
Mm-hmm.
with blank bullets, and gunshots rang out at the funeral, and I got killed in the funeral. But the whole thing was like for shock value. As soon as the play opened, it shocked the audience, and from there it was just a great story of triumphs, of choices in life, for children,
Mm-hmm.
adults, and it was just a really good play. And I was glad to play a part in that play.
Wow. So what do you think? I'm just showing your website. What do you think was
Thank you.
what was gained? I don't want to be Clay and say the moral, but what was the moral of the story?
Um, Well,
What's the
and the
moral?
way the play broke down, it was like, okay, my segment was the gang. Then he had another segment with a father with two children and the trials and tribulations he went through without a wife. Um, then you had another story of a mother unemployed, all in one play. And at the end, it kind of, this is years ago, so I don't remember everything. But at the end, it kind of all encompassed into each other. And the moral was pretty much just the choices you make in life or how you triumph over adversity, and just
Yeah.
knowing that, okay, you didn't come this far just to come this far. You still got a way to go. There's always going to be hurdles in front of you. These were the stories that was in the play.
Yeah, it's always that's so interesting. You talked about this all you said there's always going to be hurdles in life. I did a podcast, as you know, because you follow me on Instagram. I've been working on that too. And I was told by one of my friends, not personally, but she just kind of made a one of those general announcements. Like, your YouTube is not a podcast. So they're separate.
Right.
So for my podcast, I had a conversation about well, I did a talk about happiness. And I did, and then in that talk, I've been, I study different aspects of psychology and this science of happiness and whatnot. And one of the things about life that I don't think people sometimes people don't get is that some amount of struggle and suffering. I'm not saying exorbitant amounts of it, but some amount of struggle and suffering and even trauma helps us to become better able, adults in the world. Better able to we get to see what our potential is as human beings. So when you're talking about what the moral of the story was in the play, the choices that we're presented with, how we go about making personal decisions in our life. And some people are adults like our age and older who really don't take the bull by the horn and stretching their capacity, reaching out of their comfort zones. Like we're doing now. We're reaching out of our comfort zone. We're on this live. We're having a great conversation and it's just us here and that's cool.
Hmm.
But if you never reach out of your comfort zone and make a different decision, a different choice to do something different than you've always done, how much more in life can you actually hope to have and achieve? And wouldn't that cut into your own personal happiness?
Yes. How do you grow?
Right? How do you grow if you're not willing to be uncomfortable
Right.
and on purpose? I'm not talking about the uncomfort that it comes about just because of life, where you have trials and tribulations. I'm talking about let me just go ahead and stretch my wings.
Hmm. Hmm. I mean, that's exactly what I'm doing now, talking to you. Like I
Yeah, I
said, this is
know.
my first time, doing any cam up. I can't see how many people's in the chat, but I know it's just a few people. But now I know I have the confidence to go inside of a room where it's maybe 500 people or 1,000 and just
Right. Exactly.
say what I have to say.
Exactly. I'm not done. I still want to ask about this. Okay. So then you said something about the green screen. I'm trying to learn this whole green screen thing.
Okay, okay.
What's up with the green screen?
Now the
What is
green.
it? What do you got to buy for that?
Well, what I had to do was, okay. Now you may do green screen for your show live. That part I'm not too sure about. But what I did was I bought a green screen, and it's a whole setup, the green screen, the lights and everything like that. And pretty
Hmm.
much you can alter the images on your green screen to have anything you want. Again, if anybody's listening, and even
Hmm.
yourself, go to the Seven Steele story. And my latest video is called the 37th Chamber.
Okay.
And I made it into like a hip hop kung fu type of video. It's all fun. And you can see where I manipulated the background to put myself in so many different locations. So,
Okay.
so I bought the green
Creative.
screen. I can send you a link too on Amazon, but I bought the green screen. But also, there's an app
Hmm.
that you buy that I bought. It's called Filmora X. And so, okay, imagine now you put the green screen up, you set it up, you set up your lights because lighting is very important.
Hmm.
You video yourself and whatever you want to do. Then you take that video and you put it on your computer and run it through Filmora X, and that's where the creativity comes in. You can do anything you want to do.
Wow.
Yeah, so
It
please look at
sounds.
my last video.
I'm like, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it.
Mm,
I want to see. I mean, why not?
why not?
But the way you describe it sounds amazing, and I love to learn new things. It sounds amazing, but to me, off the rip, it sounds a bit complicated. So, just a basic question: do you have to like have a lot of room to have this type of green screen? Otherwise, in other words, do you need a lot of space to actually act out or be away from the green screen? Like, how many feet do you have to actually be away from the green screen for the green screen to work properly?
Yes, you do need. Well, some people like if you're just sitting down, you're sitting at a
Mm-hmm.
table or something like that. You can put this green screen up because the green screen is actually um, material, like a green bed sheet. You know,
Okay.
it's not solid.
Okay.
So, if you're just sitting down, you're stationary, you can put this green screen behind you and, back the camera up maybe 5 feet, 10 feet, however you feel, and you can
Okay.
manipulate it. But because I was um, doing action, my last video is an action video. So I
Right.
needed to set it up where the green screen itself is like a sheet, but I have the stands that attach to it. So
Mm-hmm.
pretty wide. Um, you want to have it above your head and if possible below your feet, but you need a good amount of space if you're going to do some moving around. But if
Got
you're
it.
stationary, you don't need a lot of room. And come on with some
Okay.
more questions. I'll tell you anything you want to know. Oh, one more
Uh,
thing. it's not
okay.
as it's not as difficult as it sounds, and I know it
Mm-hmm.
sounds like a lot,
Yeah.
but literally it's 1 2 3. Once you learn it, it's not that hard at all. I can
Okay.
definitely share with you some tips and things.
Not a problem. So, so right now I have this Mac computer. I got to get me another computer. I'm not. I just can't see myself going back to a PC. So, if you would suggest that, I'm saying, let's just stay away from the PC world. I'm an Apple girl. So, but this iMac that I have, I bought it a few years ago because I was tired of the laptop I had. I was like, this thing is moving too slow. It's getting on my nerve. Let me just buy this Mac. So I did, but I didn't really invest in the higher level one that I guess has more of the hertz, the gigahertz and whatnot. So it moves slow. So I'm about to buy another one. I'm about to buy the new one that they have out. And I'm gonna make sure it's the top of the line in that class.
Well, let me tell you. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when this year came in, 2021, I
Mm-hmm.
said, all right, I'm doing away with all the old stuff since I want to make strides and, do new things. So I went out there, I bought two iPhones,
Mm-hmm.
I bought a Mac,
Okay.
and it's not the newest Mac. I went to a repair shop. They have Fruit Works and all these kind of stores where you can, get refurbished stuff.
Right.
And it changed everything. It's much
Change the
smoother.
game. Mhm.
Changed the game. Changed the game. Life is easier when you're manipulating with these Apple products. So I'm an Apple head too with you.
Okay.
you
Okay.
know,
Okay. Cool.
and
And it's also easier when they work fast, and you don't have to
right,
wait on stuff to take forever to this.
yeah,
Uh,
that kills your motivation.
and if it's part of your business, it's literally taking away time.
Exactly. Right.
So yeah. So the new one that they have. I know they always have their $5,000 computer. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the new models that they have in the different colors.
hmm
Yeah. So I'm gonna get that one.
I say go for it. 1200.
Yeah,
Things that
because I love what I have, but all the stuff you talking about, all those different apps and stuff, I know I'm gonna need another computer.
right, and that's what happened. Like before, I used the Apple. I was trying to do everything on my laptop, and I couldn't get the results I wanted as fast as I wanted. So
Right,
I think the
right.
new ones, not as new, but the new stylish ones, like $1,200. I think.
Well, for what I want, remember that's like the base. That's the base price. So
Yeah.
I had them add make sure it was the top speed, it was the
hmm
ever, and I think the grand total comes up to like 2,500.
Okay. Hey,
But
look, it's an
at least,
investment.
yeah, it's an investment. At least I know that I can have because I have the whole Adobe Creative Suite. Right? So I work in
Right.
that. That takes time.
So hold on. So you have the green screen technology then?
I do not have the technology. I don't have the green screen or anything like that. I just have I have the Adobe Creative Suite comes with, it has Photoshop, it has Illustrator. Photoshop and Illustrator are the ones I use the most.
Okay. I'm
I
no
use the Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm almost sure. I could be wrong, but I'm almost sure the Adobe Creative Suite has a green screen app that you can
Oh.
manipulate it on
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think it might be Premiere Pro or
There
something.
you go. Yep. Something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So I have to see if I have Premiere Pro in my Creative Suite. I'm gonna check that out. But I want to see. I want to go ahead and play this video just to see how to make sure the sound is coming through. Because remember, I'm learning how to share things and that whatnot. So
Well, that's a
I'm
blessing. I appreciate that.
no problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on this video and see what happens. Hopefully, we can hear it as well as see it.
Okay.
Hold on. What's going on? Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay. Now, hold on. Now, because I have my microphone on, I can't. I don't know if the sound is actually coming through the computer or not.
Yes, we can hear it. I
Oh,
can't.
okay.
I can't see it. I might be doing something wrong because I'm in the StreamYard private
You're in the
chat.
StreamYard viewer. Oh, you're in the private chat, so you don't even see you and me on the screen.
I do. I see where
You should see it. You don't see your video. It's me and you, and then it's your video. SB on the
uh,
front.
I'll have to I'll have to play around with it. I'm new to it, but go ahead, play it so other people can see it. I saw it before.
No problem. Of course you did. All right, let's go. It's playing.
Thank you.
Oh, that's dope. Let me see something.
Your move is excellent. You did a good job. Watch mine. So what did you see? My blows for the occupants. A death blow I throw and leave you froze. I learned the technique from the ancient scrolls. Breath control and soul. My style is gold. His body turned cold from a submission hold. I'm packing poison tip darts and leaving bloody scars enlarged. And I'm throwing you the scars. I feel a jab to the spleen. Decapitation is effect from the fatal flying guillotine. My major style got the town running wild. The 37 chamber was erected from the Nile. It's a fury touch of death. I disable pressure points in your neck, in your chest. My iron palm cracks your jaw. When I strike with the eagle paw, the tiger claw. I outlaw from the Lord. Razor sharp cuts the law when I'm swinging from a sword. It's the return of the top biller. I'm Ichiban, number one, master killer. I drink wine and smoke skunk. Then meditate on the mountains of the Shaolin monk. Then I return to my chamber and practice lotus style to manage stress and my anger. I got a telegram from the message man. It says that another school wants to face my plan. I accept the challenge in very moment. I'm full of confidence. I'm more skilled than my opponent. He calls himself born invincible. His style is difficult, but I'm a witty individual. So I switch the fundamentals. I use the physics blocks while I'm jabbing at his temple. My momentum strikes with venom. As I display my skills, spectators watch for the lesson. My sidekick is called the Crescent. His corner move is intelligent. This battle is magnificent. His one weakness is a habit. His defenses grow weak when you're striking at the habit. So I attack him like a savage. I use the 8 diagrams and I leave him more balanced. My chess moves are important. I use a Wu-Tang style and destroy his vital organs.
Nice. Where'd he go? Hold on. Where did he go?
Now it's your time with the sword. Come on, attack me.
Oh wow, that was nice. Oh, that was nice. I liked it. Let me stop. Let me stop it. How do I
Th-
do this?
Thank you so much. I took myself out the chat by
Interesting is
mistake.
Oh,
leg breaks,
hold on 1 second.
because everything else
Obviously,
in the sport.
boom. There we go. What you say?
Yeah, I took myself out the chat by mistake. I was trying to play around. I saw where the video was playing, and then I
Mm-hmm.
accidentally took myself out. But
Okay.
thank you so much. What you think?
I loved it. That was nice. That
Thank you
was
so much.
nice.
All in fun. All in fun.
I'm about to put your name in the title now. Let's see.
Oh wow.
I mean, it turned into a Seven Steele interview, so I might as well. Good morning, ahead of my first premiere, interviewing Seven Steele. There we go. Boom. Anyway,
Thank you.
so that was dope. So I'll have. So that was the other person wasn't you, right? It was somebody else.
No, that's my brother. And
It
if you
was somebody else. That's your brother. Okay.
and if you notice the all the different backgrounds, the only background that wasn't a green screen was in the
Mm.
forest. Ev-
Right.
Everything else was green screen.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that because I was like, that looks like he's actually there, but everything else was cool. It was nice how. Yeah, I liked how you did it. It didn't look. I mean, we knew it wasn't. We knew you weren't there with those guys, but it still looked good. It looked good how you edited in.
I really appreciate it.
That was
I really-
cool.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
is that you said it's not difficult. Was it hard for you to learn how to do all of that?
Actually, my godson, he's 17.
Mm-hmm.
He's really proficient in doing these things. Like
Okay.
he's at a level where I want to get. I want to progress to where he is, to where he can actually take himself and put himself in a Denzel Washington movie or something like that, like
Mm-hmm.
and interact with Denzel. So, but anyway, he gave me a few tips, but it wasn't hard to learn. It wasn't hard to learn. And I'm an old man. I gotta try to keep up with technology. So I had to
What you
really.
mean by old man? Are you a Gen Xer? We ain't old. Gen Xers ain't old.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm at the tender age of 46. You know.
Okay, okay, okay. We be putting these young folk to shame out here, as far as I'm concerned.
In many ways,
Yeah,
physically, everything, man.
yeah, yeah.
That's a fact. So
That's a fact.
we got to have a whole show about that in itself.
Oh yeah, I would love to have a conversation about that. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, it's amazing some of the stuff I be seeing. I'm like, wow.
Likewise, I'm
Just
um I'm a city bus driver, so I deal a lot with the public, and
oh
it saddens me too, though. My young brothers and sisters, and just a state of awareness that seems to be prevalent. It really bothers me a lot. So I try to encourage all day, every day, just to be more positive and just have a better outlook and present yourself better when you're in public.
yeah, yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the food or a combination of a whole, just a bunch of stuff, and
Yeah,
it just kind of changes. It affects a person's mood. It affects how they show up, and then you would think in a world where it's more technology, more scientifically advanced, and all these amazing progressions, and it just seems like just when it comes to the simple science and the well-being of the human body, we just can't seem to get that right.
well, you hit it right on the head. It is the foods, and it is a combination of many things.
Combination of many things, yeah, many
Many
things.
things being absorbed through your mental and your visual.
Yep. And your actual vessel, your physical vessel.
Exactly, exactly.
It takes a toll, and people don't be understanding this thing. Stuff will take a toll on you, and it'll manifest itself physically.
Right.
It just does. So
And then if you're 19, 18, 19, and you haven't really been through things,
right.
and you absorb these into your person, it starts to reflect, and that's
Yeah.
that's a big part of what's going on.
Oh yeah, that's a huge, huge part.
Mhm.
That part people don't like to admit to, or they think it's not that. Oh, it's not. Just because you listen to something don't mean. But hey, listen. Yes, it does.
Oh yeah, you and
Yes, it does.
you digest everything you take.
Yeah, and everything that's around you. It's like
Yeah.
if you take a group of young people, maybe let's say they could be like 16, and if they grew up in a war torn country, and you take them out of that, all they see is their whole life is war. You take
Mhm.
those children out of that environment and put them in a completely different environment. That environment automatically is not going to change them, right? They are going to still carry with them what they've already been indoctrinated with.
Yeah,
It's
right,
gonna it's gonna go with them wherever they go
right.
until and unless you know work is done to help repair that damage.
Mhm. You're right, and that's the hard part.
Right.
Especially if they're not open minded to change.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
It's
great point. If you took a child that was in a war torn country and then let's
yeah.
say you threw him in New York, it'd be a whole different story for him.
It'd be well, New York. New York is a little. Well, I was thinking something like 3 6. Not that New York is war torn,
Yeah,
but you can find a little bit of everything here. So you can find a clique here that kind of vibes with that. That kind of vibes with what you already know. But
yeah.
let's say you take them somewhere out in a rural in the country somewhere,
Okay.
and and so it would take them a minute to be socialized into that environment,
Well,
and
I'm
then there would have to be a choice that okay, I can actually get up every day and not fear for my life.
yeah.
So I can trust the people around me. I can be relaxed and not have anxiety when I go to the store and get things or buy food or whatnot. I can actually be in the world and not have this heightened sense of anxiety.
I speak from experience. I'm from Crown Heights, Brooklyn, in the 80s
Okay.
and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But now I transplanted to Virginia, so
Mm-hmm.
it was a culture shock. I had to really learn to adjust. But now I'm out here growing vegetables and things. So
Oh, that's wonderful. How long have you been there from Brooklyn?
I've been here about 15 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. And you
yes,
growing vegetables and you getting into your creativity. And isn't life just so much sweeter that way?
it is. It is. And as a youth, I was more, kind of hard head, knucklehead, especially in that day and time.
Mm-hmm.
But coming here as an adult definitely changed my perspective on a lot of things and how I handle things and my patience. A lot of things. I experienced a lot of growth by just in a changing environment.
See. So yeah, I would love to have this conversation with you on live. Um, my premiere is going to be in about 15 minutes. But yeah, if you would like, if you don't mind, I would love to go. We'd love to talk about that because I think that's so important.
Well, listen, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I think definitely in the future, I'd definitely love to have more conversations with you because, they're important for the listener as well as for myself, bouncing
Yeah.
ideas off of each other, and definitely, definitely.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that, but you already know I am. I
All
really,
right.
I really enjoyed the video. So y'all go check out Seven Steele, the Seven Steele story here on YouTube. He's doing a lot of wonderful creative work. Hello to you guys you gals and guys that are out there in the chat right now. I know you there because I see you. And I'll
Peace to
be,
everybody.
yeah, peace to everyone. So I'm going to sign off now. But so that video is coming up in a few minutes with me and Marcus. And I'll be back in the chat just to see who shows up and hope you enjoy. Your girl is back.
Have a great day, Ms Tiffany.
You too, Seven. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye. Hmm. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. And tune in a few minutes for my interview with Marcus. Peace.